ready? Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Census virtual hiring event. I want to introduce myself first. My name is Jalonn Harrison, and I'm the Invest BSR here at Rancho Dominguez AJCC. And I also want to introduce our presenter, Cirilo Castañeda. Cirilo is from the Census, and he is the recruiting manager. And so with that, I'm going to turn the floor over to Cirilo.
Okay, hi. My name is Cirilo Castañeda. I'm from the Southgate Census office. I'm a recruiting manager. Real quick, we have 7 offices throughout LA County, and we are currently hiring. We are hiring by the hundreds, if not a couple of thousand throughout the county, and we're mainly hiring enumerators, and I'll get to that in a minute. See, the job overview, it's really simple. 18 and over, U.S. citizen, have a valid email address, and if you are a male, have a selective service number. When you apply online, if you don't know your selective service number, there will be a link that you can click on so you can get that number. And as far as being a U.S. citizen, we are taking non-citizens who have a right to work in the United States as long as they speak a second language. The types of jobs available, again, we have enumerators. That's going to be the bulk of the hiring, but we're also going to be hiring field supervisors to oversee the enumerators, and office clerks as well, and office supervisors. Field operations haven't resumed yet, so we kind of have a hold on our recruiting assistant position right now because those mainly work in the field. The jobs start at $25 an hour. For our enumerators, field supervisors make $27.50, and our office clerks make $22.50 an hour. The nice thing about the enumerator position is that it's 20 to 40 hours per week, and you get to pick your own hours. So if you have school, another job, or family to take care of, you can totally pick your hours to work around your schedule. The majority of the hours are going to be in the evening and weekends because we got to catch people when they're home. And this includes 7 days a week up until 9 p.m. You work on Sundays, you get paid a little extra, and anything past 6 p.m., you get paid a little extra. What to expect? When you apply online, you're not going to meet anybody or do an in-person interview until your first day of training. The application is all online, 33 questions, and you're evaluating yourself. When you apply online, whatever you put as your home address is the neighborhood you're going to work. So if you put Long Beach, specific area, North Long Beach, that's where you're going to work, that north area. They're not going to send you to Inglewood. They're not going to send you to Westwood. You're going to work in the area that you put as your home address because they are going to ask for your mailing address and home address. So again, whatever address you put as your home address, that's the area you're going to work. Back to the 7 days a week, like I said, up until 9 p.m. And again, you pick your own hours from 20 to 40. You want to get a whole 40 hours in, you'll have that opportunity. But if you have other things going on, you can work a minimum of 20 hours a week. When you apply online, it's 33 questions. At the end of the 33 questions, they're going to ask if you would like to take the supervisory assessment. By all means, I recommend that you do. That is just going to open you up for more positions. It's 9 questions, and they're very basic, asking about any supervisory experience you might have. The 33 questions, like I said, you're evaluating yourself. For instance, one of the questions asks, how would a previous employer or teacher rate your dependability? Are you dependable? So you're grading yourself. And the other thing I also ask that you do is pay attention to detail, because one of the questions are going to ask if you have access to a vehicle. It doesn't ask if you own a vehicle, it asks, do you have access to a vehicle? Not all positions need a vehicle. Recruiting assistants, for instance, they do, because all we do is drive around the city looking for applicants. But enumerators, you're going to be working close to home, so as long as you know how to manage public transportation or maybe even ride a bike, you should be good to go. Now, when you apply online, it doesn't ask you what a position you're applying for. It's a very general application because this is the same application used throughout the country. What it does ask you is, when are you available? And there'll be 4 boxes. You check if you're available evenings, weekends, and weekdays. And the 4th and most important box, it's going to ask, up to 40 hours a week, how many hours are you available? Even if you're looking for part-time work, put down 40 hours, because again, if you are selected as an enumerator, you're going to pick your own hours anyway. Put down 40 and that'll make you available for all positions. For instance, the office clerk position, that's 40 hours a week. There's no part-time office work. The only part-time work is going to be the field supervisors and enumerators. So the application, when you go to the website, 2020census.gov/jobs, you're going to go there, and the first step you're going to hit is apply now. The first thing you're going to have to do is create a profile. Okay, you got to put your name in, phone number, valid email address, and then you have to come up with a really long password. The government loves long passwords. It's going to be 12 characters or longer. Please write it down or do what you need to remember it, because you're going to need this password to get back into your census account once you create a profile to check on the status, or if you need to make any changes to your application. So once you come up with that long password and it accepts it, you're going to have to play the little matching game with the pictures. And then the census, to validate your email, is going to send you an email with the actual link to the application. So once you create the profile, you'll get a message saying, please check your email. Give it 2 to 10 minutes, because again, this is nationwide. Check your email, whatever email you created your profile with, go to that email account, and then look for the email from the census. Make sure to check your spam if you don't see it right away. Click on the link and it'll take you to your the actual application, and then there you'll fill out your demographics, your address, and then you'll go on into the 33 questions and then the 9 supervisory questions. Once you complete the application, you can go ahead and close out of there. Give it a couple of hours, but definitely by the next day, if you want to check the status of your application, you go back to the same website. But this time you're going to click Returning Applicant. Type in your email and your password that you remembered, and it'll take you to your census account. And there'll be a message right there. It'll state your application is being considered, your application is reviewed, what you want to see, and it's usually in orange writing. Your application is available for employment. Your application is available. Further down this PowerPoint, there's an actual screen that shows you what it looks like, but it does say your application is available. That means it's been accepted, and now you're just waiting for selection. Once you are selected, you will get a phone call from your local census office offering you a position. If you accept that position, then they'll set up an appointment to get your fingerprints done, a quick background check, and once your background comes back, then you'll get another phone call with a training start date. So training is paid. You get paid at 90% of the pay while you're training. For enumerators, it's 5 days of training. First day's in the classroom. Next 3-4 days are at home online training. And then the 5th day is 1 more day back in the classroom. And then once you get your training done, you start to get your assignments and you go hit the streets. So that's applying for the census in a nutshell. People have many questions about this, the new world we live in with this COVID-19. Yes, you will be issued PPE. Yes, you can expect to get a lot of training on not only safety, but how to protect yourself using your PPE properly, which is personal protective equipment such as masks, face shield, gloves, so on. Recruiting speech in a nutshell, but now I can open it up to questions, or if there's anything else you'd like me to discuss.
I have a question. I already put in the application, and I did get the little orange sign saying that I was available. Should I go back in and change some of those answers, because I put down part-time, and because I was working at the time?
Yes, so you didn't put 40 hours down, correct?
No, I don't think so, no.
Yeah, I would definitely go back in and change that.
Okay,
So the way you do that is, go back to the same website, but this time you're going to hit returning applicant.
okay,
And then, it's going to ask for your email and your password. So once you get back into your account, look on your right-hand side, and there'll be like a blue box on the right-hand side of your screen. And there'll be a button that says, I believe it says update application.
okay,
You can click on that, and then it'll take you through your whole application. And so, yeah, you can change anything, but make sure go back through there, and I would definitely change it to 40 hours. Make sure you click all three boxes and 40 hours in the fourth box. And again, if you do get selected as an enumerator, you're going to pick your own hours anyway.
okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yes, and I'm here. Go ahead.
Yes, you need to be a citizen of the United States to work at Census.
So right now, they're also accepting non-citizens as long as you have a right to work.
Okay. Okay.
And you speak another language. So when you apply, you're going to get to the portion where it says, are you a U.S. citizen? You're going to go ahead and click no, and then it's going to ask, do you speak another language? And it's going to ask a couple of more questions. So you just click yes, and then it'll ask which language, and then you just continue on from there.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Hi, I've already completed the onboarding process with
Yes. So you've already done your fingerprints, correct? Okay, yeah. So all you're waiting for, your position is still there. All you're waiting for is the phone call from your local census office and to let you know when your training date is, when your onboarding is going to be, which means you come in and fill out some paperwork, and then the start of your training date. If you don't mind, what city do you live in? Long Beach? Okay. At the end of this PowerPoint, there's a phone number for Long Beach, but if you call the 1-855 number, the help desk number, 1-855-562-2020, you call that number, press option 3, then it's going to ask for your zip code. Once you put your zip code in, it's going to forward you to the Long Beach office.
Okay.
You can give them a call, and they might have a date for you, they might not. I work out of the Southgate office, so I can't answer for Long Beach.
Okay, so that's 855-562-2020, option 3.
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you.
So I guess that'll conclude today's virtual hiring event. If you want more information, you can contact 310-762-1101, and you can ask for Vera Arellano at Rancho Dominguez AJCC. She is our lead business service rep. Again, that number is 310-762-1101, and her name is Vera Arellano. Thank you. I hope this all helped. Have a great day. Good luck.